Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so excited that you're joining us tonight. My name is Shannon Carlin, and I am an Emerald leader and a VP of Sales with Q Sciences. I started my journey with Q Sciences, gosh, it's actually a year last month. And when I got involved with Q, I'll have to be totally honest with y'all and let you know that I really wasn't looking for something. I had just started with another company. I have been in the industry since 2011 and built big in one company. And then I had partnered with another company and just really wasn't feeling that it was quite right for me. But I had just gotten started. So when Q came into my path, I had said no for quite a while. But there were a few things that really kept tugging at me, that kept, gnawing at me to look a little bit deeper and discover a little more about Q. And so I'm just going to take you through the journey that I went on, deciding that Q was the right fit for me. And then we are going to introduce Mr. Jake Spencer. He's our Senior VP of Global Sales, and he's kind of the one that was my deciding factor coming into Q, along with some other things. So I'll introduce him in a little bit, but we'll go ahead and get started. So wherever you are tonight, just know that we have a place for you, whether you are looking for an opportunity to jump in full throttle to replace a full-time income, or whether you're looking for, just to supplement your income for a side gig, if you will. Or if you're just looking to better your health, then we have something for you as well. So when we end tonight, if you could get back with the person that invited you on the Zoom tonight and just ask them any questions that you may have, and they can kind of help you decide the right fit for you within our company. But as we know, or at least for myself, I want to live life on my own terms. I want to do things the way that I want to do and create the life that I want to create. And I really found that Q was a great avenue for me to do that with. But in order for me to really decide on the company that I wanted to partner with, or to know for sure that Q was the partnership I wanted to align myself with, I needed to know who was behind Q and who was the backbone of the company and the vision of the company and what the beliefs were of that company. And the main person who I call him the backbone of Q, that would be Mr. Mark Wilson. He's our founder and CEO. Q has actually been around since 2012. And Mark really took the time to make sure that Q had an amazing platform for all of us to take it to create what we wanted to create out of it. And before joining Q, he was a Super Bowl winning champion. He played with the Raiders. We won't hold that against him. I'm a Niner girl, but it's all good. When he retired from his NFL career, he went into real estate and developed a huge real estate company in commercial real estate. He's built companies from the ground up. And so coming into Q and starting Q, he definitely had the knowledge and the grit to take Q where it is today, and to take it even further to where he visions the company to be. Next, we have Mr. Jake Spencer, and I'm going to skip over the slide because I'm going to introduce him for y'all in just a second. But the creator of all of our amazing product line, a lot of it comes from Dr. Stephen Kimberly. Now, Dr. Kimberly, if you have all been sick before and searched online and gone on to WebMD and realized you were dying, Dr. Kimberly was one of the people that started WebMD. So he's very knowledgeable within his field. However, what I love about Dr. Kimberly is he believes that things can be handled naturally rather than pharmaceutically. And so he has really developed a great product line. He believes in absorption. He believes in top-notch ingredients. He believes that science doesn't stand still. And so he's constantly evolving our product line. And as you can see, if you've seen our old product line, you can see the new branding that we have here. And that just kind of goes along with Dr. Kimberly and how he's forever evolving our products. Not only are we rebranding or just gone through rebranding, but we have also enhanced a lot of our product line to make it that much better because of Dr. Kimberly. So as you can see, this is the full suite of products that we have. I'm not going to get into every product here, But we will talk about our hemp line. I'm going to let Jake get into that a little bit more. But what I love about Q is it's not just a one product line, period. We have basically a one-stop shop for everybody involved. We have top-notch nutrition. We have something for weight loss. We have our hemp line. We have a skincare line coming, and we have our supplemental sprays. Now, the sprays is what really intrigued me to come to Q, because I'm not sure if you all know, but obviously getting something into your body quickly, the best way to have something absorbed is through an injection, right? And the second best way is sublingually. And so the sprays really intrigued me. I thought it was just something different and fun, and something that could be used for all ages, whether it be children, my kids love the sprays, or even up to the elderly. And so that's one of the things that really made me start digging into Q a little bit more. Not only is Q great as far as our product line, but we have an amazing way to capitalize on all social markets. And so we do everything from our phones, right? From our computers, instant gratification. And so we are growing with the times, and Q really believes to keep us one step ahead of the rest. And Jake will get into this a little bit more as well, as far as the enhancements that we have to really build our businesses and have an exceptional future with Q. But this product right here, I do want to talk a little bit about, because this is really in my opinion, it's one of the best products that Q has. We call this Q Core Complete, and this is our overall health and wellness product. It comes with 4 different products. We have our Q Max Premium, our Align, which is phenomenal, my most favorite, our Q Biotics, and our Omegas. So the Q Max, that's really our brain health. And this product has 34 studies done on it, white paper studies, that you can really learn and see the effects on how this product has really changed lives. It's been around for over 20 years. We've enhanced it recently to make it even better. But this brings overall brain health, helps with focus, concentration. For me, I noticed overall well-being. Before I got into network marketing, I struggled with postpartum depression. And so I struggle every now and again. It rears its ugly head. And Q Max has really helped me just kind of combat that in the booty, if you will, and just keep me focused and keep me mellow and keep me normal. Q Align, this is a new product that we just released that I'm absolutely in love with. Q Align helps with inflammation. So studies are showing these days that illnesses start in the gut and start with inflammation. And Align keeps everything in line, if you will. I've been taking Align now for a few months, and I have really noticed a difference as far as my workouts. I'm less swollen after I work out. My whole digestive system is working better because of the Align. It's just phenomenal. Our Q Biotics, everybody needs a great biotic, but ours is amazing as far as the technology that we use to create the Q Biotics. Has a patented technology. When you see a normal Q Biotic, you may see that it comes in a capsule form. Ours is in a normal, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a normal pill. So it's not like a gel cap or anything like that, which I thought was a little bit different. But it's created that way because of the absorption that it has. And then of course our Omegas for the heart health, and all of those together is just the perfect blend. And I absolutely love that product. I will never go a day without it. So like I said, I was just going to take you through this really quick. I'm going to introduce Mr. Jake Spencer here. He is a force to be reckoned with, if you will. What I love about Jake is that he has been in the field. He has built an amazing business within this industry. And so if you're looking at this opportunity tonight because you want a side gig, Jake is really probably the best mentor out there in all of this industry, because he's been where we are. He has so much gosh, I don't want to like excel his ego, but he really deserves it. He is really amazing. He's the best mentor that I have had. I had great mentorship in the previous company. And I will honestly tell you that within the first 3 months of working with Jake, I learned more than in my entire 7 years in my previous mentorship situation that I had. And so I have really grown to trust Jake. And when Jake says something, I will do it because he just has the knowledge and the ability to help us take our businesses to a whole nother level. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mr. Jake Spencer. Jake, are you able to unmute yourself?
You hear me?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. How's everything going?
Great.
Good. Well, good to see everyone's faces out here. My name is Jake. I'm actually coming at you from, I guess it'd be Bluffdale, Utah. Officially, that is just south of Salt Lake City. I'm excited to see everyone. I see some familiar faces and then also some guests on there that I obviously don't know. Hopefully I get the opportunity to meet you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to obviously listen. I'm excited to be listening in. Shannon's correct. I had the opportunity to meet her about a year ago. She actually came into our corporate office in Salt Lake City from North Carolina. And very, very, very smart in the business world and had some great insight on what she was looking for in the industry. And I'll tell you, we weren't everything at that point in time. We had a lot of things that we were working on a year ago. We didn't even have hemp then. We were kind of thinking about it, looking into the industry. We actually learned a lot about the industry as we researched it for many months. But we didn't have everything Shannon wanted, but we knew through Shannon and some of the amazing leaders who are on here, I was actually going over names, we could probably put together and assemble something that was pretty special to create some pretty good timing plays for many people in the next 2 to 3 years. And that's really what kind of the presentation is when you can link up with some people who have had experience in industries that typically can help people very quickly, can help people not just on the financial side, but also the health side. And if those like-minded people could get into a room together and kind of dream a little bit and maybe dream board or dream plan on some things that are going to happen from what we've learned, what we know that does work, obviously, and what we know that doesn't work, it could be pretty special. So what you just saw was something that's absolutely amazing. You saw a company, I'll tell you, a history. It's 4 or 5 years old, and they had a great track record. In the business world, when you talk to people who knew our company, they would say that Q Sciences had products that flat out work. In fact, a lot of times people would say, hey, I don't know the science. I know there's a lot of science and documentation. Just take it. You're going to feel better. And that's kind of what happens to me with the introductory for me is I was handed off a product from Q Sciences. My wife and I had some great experience in businesses. And I was in a meeting, and through that meeting, someone handed off this product. And it was interesting because once I started taking it, I knew I could not only feel, but others could see a difference in the way I was acting. And that main person was my wife. So those of you who are married or at least tried it once, you understand that it's pretty important that that person's happy, right? Well, she wanted to know what I was on and did her own research. And she came back to me and said, the product that you're taking is researched. The only tweak to it is it has a new tweak to methylated vitamins. You don't know what those are. Don't worry. Don't even Google it. You'll be reading for hours and hours and hours. And she goes, this is amazing. I want to try it too. Well, fast forward, she started giving it to my daughter. We started seeing a huge benefit with her. And a meeting was arranged for myself to meet Mr. Mark Wilson. Now, something that you guys don't know about Mr. Mark Wilson is he never quits. Obviously, for someone to get into the NFL, not only get into the NFL, but play in the Super Bowl twice, and then win as big as he did in the development world in commercial real estate, kind of tells you a little bit about him because if you've been in real estate on the development side, you know what it takes to keep deals going and to finish off a development. So when he came to me and said, I got a great product line, I want to have a business. I said, okay. So I decided to help Mr. Mark Wilson and partner up with him. And like Shannon, at that time I looked at the company. They didn't have everything that I was looking for, but they had enough of the pieces for me to see something that could be pretty special. Shannon and I and a couple of other people, this is very important for you guys because this is where you want to start really paying close attention because this, I will just say it very boldly. Some of you may take this the wrong way. It's not meant this way at all. I will say in the businesses I've done, as one of my friends over the weekend so eloquently said to me, he articulated it perfectly. He said, Jake, a lot of people will never be able to do some of the bigger business deals we've been ever able to participate in. But the hemp expansion, the hemp boom, and the way you guys' company is doing it is probably giving most people the shot at playing big in business. And it may be one of their only shots that they're going to have. We actually decided, my wife and I, to partner with Q. We got in the same room with people like Shannon and a couple other people and started strategically positioning this hemp move. I will tell you, as you're seeing some of the things on this screen, these projections are actually very, very, very off, meaning they were understated. We actually launched our full spectrum hemp line last October in Phoenix. What happened in 2018 was actually absolutely remarkable. Think about this. The product was launched in October. That first month that the product was launched, the company actually tripled in size, and it closed out the year, and the company last year grew at over 400%. Now, those of you who are looking at the company or who have heard just today that the CEO just announced, we still have 4 monstrous months left for 2019. Why am I saying that? Because we're already well over 360% growth compared to last year. Now, what does this mean for everyone watching this? It means this. I have news. I'm going to show you some things that actually puts into perspective of what's happening. Just today, we had a major company that has retail department chains all over the United States. And they wanted to come and see our plant, our hemp plant here in Salt Lake City. And I'm not going to tell you guys this is the chain, but you can probably guess. They were interested, and they have huge department stores. They're usually by TJ Maxx and like a Walmart. They're in strip malls everywhere. And they came today because they're interested in this little product right here called Q Pets. And they came and they had all these really cool people, and they investigated everything. And what happened was amazing was to see the professionalism that both parties had. But what was even more amazing was when that party left and we were all sitting around and our R&D team started talking about future products that we're getting ready to bring out. You see, what you're going to learn tonight is in a couple of weeks, we're going to Orlando, Florida. And I don't know if I don't have control over the slideshow, do I? I actually don't. Can you actually push the slide forward? I'll tell you when to stop. Actually, backwards. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. Backwards. Gosh darn it, Jake. Who is this guy? Stop. The slide you were just on. Right there. This is what's amazing. Nope. You went too far. Right there. What's amazing is this. Today, we are in our facility, and they started having our brand new skincare products delivered to the facility to be filled into the tubes. Now, what's interesting is because to have people in the industry come in who have been around the skincare industry and seen the process of when this stuff goes in the tubes and what has to happen in setup times, to see people around the valley in Salt Lake City, and there's some major companies, come and see this, it's getting me extremely excited because we're actually getting ready to not only take our full spectrum hemp oil, but then bond it and fuse it together with a Nobel prize-winning block that we're seeing off of our computer screens, our cell phones, our TVs. The average person spends between 6 to 8 hours a day on their phones, and we're going to be releasing this in just under 3 weeks for the world to see. Now, what's interesting as we were watching this come off the line is what then came out of everyone's mouths next. As our research and development team started showing us other products that we have in our arsenal ready to launch at our discretion. See, what we're going to be learning in a couple of weeks is not only about our skincare, but we're going to give just a little bit of an overview. We've got it planned, we've got it locked and loaded, but we're going to actually start showing people some things that we're going to be launching so you guys can plan your businesses, because this is what it's about, is you being able to plan your businesses throughout the rest of this year and all of 2020. Isn't it crazy that next year's 2020 and our team is going to be 2020 vision? See, what's awesome is this. We have an aerial line, and what the aerial line is these little guys. We're super excited because I'm hitting the road to Seattle and Jefferson City, Missouri the next couple of days to show people what this line is actually capable of. We have the ability now to even take our hemp oil down to a smaller micrometer to actually have it absorb quicker. This little guy is cool because instead of putting the tincture in an oil format, it's literally a water-based solvent that goes underneath your tongue. And you may even be able to see that come off. It's actually a mist. You literally spray it underneath your tongue, and that's a full dose of hemp. The great thing about it is there's 7 variations of this product. What we then learned through testing was being able to actually micronize it down to a smaller particle to where it can be in an inhaler format. Yes, it's true. The fastest way to get something into your body is through an injection into your arm. However, what's equally quick is the smallest blood vessels and capillaries in your body is actually your lungs. Yes, this is an inhaler, and what we're seeing is the fast-acting response times for people that have anxiety, maybe even a situation of depression. Yes, I'll even say those things because many of you will be seeing in a couple of weeks at our convention through an NIH study, the first study in full spectrum hemp that's going to be given out for proven markers in the body where it's coming from a medical facility on how our full spectrum treats symptoms when no other company can actually document it. This is just the beginning. Today, we actually saw transdermal patches. We saw healthy energy drinks where people can actually put the hemp, full spectrum hemp as a mix into any drink. It was unbelievable to see from shampoos, everything that's happening. Our arsenal is so diverse that many of you are going to be seeing where this trend is going to be hitting and being able to capitalize on it. So here's what I want to tell you why this is so special. When great minds get in the room, they come up with a really good win-win type of a deal for you and I. Shannon, can you progress to where it talks about becoming an ambassador or a preferred customer? Right here. What's happened with the company, the reason why it's been growing like it is there's 3 options. The first option is what we're looking for is people to help us become the customer acquisition arm for the company. Any company, any business has an acquisition arm. A retail business, that customer acquisition arm is people walking through your doors buying product off of your shelves. Same thing. If you are a real estate agent, you go out there and you are the customer acquisition arm. So what we're really showing you is how to become an ambassador or a preferred customer. Preferred customers are those of you tonight who may be skeptical, may have questions, or maybe don't know if the hemp wave is going to be as big as what I'm saying it's going to be. And you'll see in 3 or 4 months, you should have joined tonight. The reality is what we're looking for is partners. The partners, if you slip to the next slide, is this. You actually become a partner of our company by paying an $80 fee. The $80 fee gets you all your billing, collections, provisioning, research and development, shipping. All those things are done by the company. At 21 years old, a long time ago, that's why I ended up joining the opportunity because I was so young, I was naive, and I didn't have a lot of money. The great thing about what you're seeing is why my mentor said what he said over our last talk. Your company's doing it right. Your company's putting people in a position where they could actually participate in a very large business type deal where most people never have the opportunity of such a thing. The reason why he's saying that is you guys will agree whether you've thought about business before, you've dreamed about it before, or you've never attempted it. The reason why most people have not attempted it is the fear of the risk of what you're going to lose. $80 is what our enrollment fee is. Mrs. Shannon Carlin paid an $80 fee about a year ago. And through that $80 fee, our expansion since she's joined our company has now gone into 5 additional countries since she's joined, but also now has expanded the product line now by our 9th product since she's joined. 7 of them just being from our hemp line alone, with 3 more coming in, 3 weeks, and a total of 6 more coming before Black Friday. So we're talking about some amazing, amazing partnerships that most people in business dream of doing, but don't have the capital to participate in. Let's go to the next slide, please. Once you get started, what's really, really efficient, and it's very effective. I call them effective efficiency. The reason why I actually love this is when you join the company, you have the ability to get your resources to your home in a matter of days. Let me explain what this slide means to you. Those of you who are looking to capitalize and be a part of that movement and done what some of these leaders, Shannon, Amanda's, all the other people who are doing extremely well, you choose one of the 2 options on the left for your personal consumption. That way you know what the products do for you and you know how they're actually feeling. Just today in the office, I had someone actually get both things on the left, the Q Core Compete and the Q Revive, because that's the two top selling things the company has. Then the magic. The magic is then you select what hemp package you want to go get customers and business partners, the two things. Why do I say this? Our hemp products work extremely quick. Whether it's this, I'm not even joking you, and the good thing is we won't sell it with this much in it, but this one has 200 doses in one of these things. That's 200. This one has 200. So we're actually dialing in how the dosages work. We have all this crazy thing that's happening, and it's literally getting your hemp as fast as this. Watch. Done. I think it tingles. Shannon, those guys, they don't think it does. I think it does, especially the mints. But it's awesome because I have 200 of those in one canister. I have 200 of one of these, and it goes in my pocket. The great thing what you're seeing with this is it works so fast. You can feel it quickly, and it's in seconds. All of our hemp line, the demonstrable results are absolutely amazing. The cool thing is when you get one of those packs with hemp, it gives you, yes, product for you to use, but it sets your business up for demonstrating to customers and partners. Why is this key? I promise you this. Many of you think that when you partner with myself and others, you're gonna go get hundreds of customers in your very first day. If you do, congratulations. I'll make you a bet. I bet you $1,000 if you do the system that we coach, most of your customers that you do this effectively with are going to want to join your organization because of the movement we've created and we're continually creating, but also the leadership that you obviously get. And that's just the beginning. Once you've chosen your packs, we're gonna close out with this. Here is the magic. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide, please. We actually show you how partnering with us to become the customer acquisition arm is beneficial to yourself and your family. See, customers mean the world to us. Whether your customer comes from your mom who just wants to try our hemp, or your customers come from somebody who is a partner, we still split rev share with you because we have customers because of your dedication to the company. There are 4 ways that we pay. The first way is simple. Anytime someone goes to your website, which we give you, we maintain it, we freshen it up, which a fresh up is coming soon. Anytime someone comes to orders a product, whether it's one time or continual every single month, we send you a percentage of what your customers order each and every month. The second way is by building a team of customer getters. I know for a fact that Mrs. Shannon Carlin, in just about a year, just didn't have 1,000 or 2,000. She's had thousands and thousands of people come into her organization who are distributing these products all throughout North America. And she's getting a portion of what those partners of her are referring as customers. Now, the reason why her team is so large is really simple. She's worked on herself as a leader. The better leader you are, and the more you want to learn from people like her and others, the quicker your team is going to grow. Now, it's pretty simple. J. Paul Getty said it best. I'd rather have 1% of 100 person's efforts over 100% of my own. That's leverage. The key to Shannon and other major leaders' growth, they're growing as leaders. The bigger the team that you have, the more customers your team is getting. We'll send you a portion of all the customers that are acquired because of your leadership and what your team's work and efforts actually dictate. Number 3 is based on your team size, we give you a rank or a title. The bigger the rank or title, the more money you make on a monthly basis, and also the bigger your bonuses are. Number 4 is actually my favorite way to get paid. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the reasons why my wife and I have been able to participate in many ventures in business and also things that we would have normally been able to participate in unless we made it really big in business. And that is, we have a forward focus on helping each and every one of you understand how money works. So not only do we give you education on what happens when you have a better credit score, we also give you education on how to do taxes the correct way because this is your own business. And who wouldn't want to take advantage of government-written rules for business owners in our country if they're there? So free. But it doesn't stop there. The cool thing is this. As you earn ranks through your leadership ability and Shannon and other leaders, we're actually going to contact you. And based on what that rank is, we're actually going to have you fill out a form and you decide what debt you want us to pay. Is it a student loan? Is it a medical bill? Is it a credit card? Is it a mortgage? Or like many people like Shannon and others, they've actually set up retirement plans that we are now helping fund. The thing that I'm getting at is, when was the last time that your boss came into your work and said, hey, I got an extra $300 a month I want to throw your way? What credit card do you want me to pay? What student loan do you still have? Because I know some people still have some of those things. Or what medical bill? What's it going to be? The great thing about it, you can talk to the Amandas, the Brittnys, whoever you're here on this Zoom representing. The people that are doing the business at the highest potential are not just the ones who are making the most money. It's the people that are making it, learning how to save it, and learning how to grow their money without extra effort, without extra time. That's the key. That's why our compensation plan is so powerful. So let's close this out. Really quickly, the last slide is this, and it's going to be very confusing to you. Sometimes I see it, and I just stare. And I look at it, and I think, wow, that's really confusing. There's numbers all over the page. It looks like someone likes rainbows. But no, seriously, here's the reality. There's people on this presentation tonight, and they just closed the month of August. And those people, they literally just qualified. You can see, just look in the middle of your page, and it says monthly team commission, and it's in green. It starts out at 50, 100, 250, 750, 1700, 4000, 8000, 15,000, 25,000, 45,000, all the way up. Now, do you know what's crazy? I could put this into perspective really quick. I could go from $50 all the way up to $120,000. Yes, $120,000 a month. And now I can show you, and I could personally introduce every single one of you who are thinking about this business. I could introduce every single one of you who are on here tonight to an individual who is making between $50 a month this coming month on the 10th, 11th, or 12th of September. I'm going to say this again. Very few senior vice president of global sales can say what I'm about to say. I can introduce any one of you who are watching this tonight to any person in this group. I can show you within 1 hour someone in this team that's making $50 on the 10th, that's making 100, 250, 750, 1,700, 4,000, 8,000, 15,000, 25,000, 45,000, 65,000, and all the way up to $120,000 in a monthly check in less than 2 weeks. Now you're probably saying, man, this guy's rude. Like, why is he talking about numbers? Because if we weren't talking about numbers, and numbers like this weren't important, and money wasn't important, then why do we still have to go to work tomorrow? It's still important. The point is this is my favorite thing to close out with, not the numbers on the sheet. The fact is, we didn't know where hemp was going to be. We didn't know we were going to have a hemp like a pet product. These devices, they showed us this 4 months ago and said we're working on it. Other companies are going to try to perfect it, but they can't perfect it. It's not going to be as effective. We have to, and guess what? They came back and they gave us this. They said we're going to figure out a way to create a protein shake for people that are working out, because the number one thing in the trials that we're seeing that hemp alleviates is inflammation in the body. And inflammation levels, when they're up, disease status sets in. Guess what? A month later, they brought us hemp-infused protein, and it tastes really good. I've never envisioned anything that we're having, but guess what? It happened. And now today they showed us more products that we're going to show the VP of sales at our meeting in Orlando. It's going to blow their mind. But the crazy thing about this is, take all this away. Many people will say, all right, Shannon, how did you do it? Amanda, how did you do it? Marielle Filipponi, how did you do it? How all these people. Here's how we did it. We got around the right people. We got around the right people. This may make sense. It may not. I'm going to leave you with this. Today, I told everyone in the company, I said, be careful where you build your mansion. Never build a mansion in a trailer park. Because no matter what happens, that mansion is only going to be worth so much money because of the surrounding property values of the trailer parks that surround it. See, I'll tell you the greatest thing that you have Shannon Carlin and the leaders who are on here. See, there's other organizations that I could tell you about, but I can tell you about this one. It's a great spot to join, buckle your wagon, hook up, however you want to talk about it. The reality is this. My secret to success in business, you can probably tell, isn't my ability to speak well. It's not my way of articulating words, and it sure as heck isn't my SAT score. My shoe size was bigger than that. But I'll tell you this, the people that I've been around the last 15 years of business have saved me and shaved off light years of my journey. See, we got together about a year ago, and we started putting together our dream, this package that we knew that hemp would soon be. We didn't know where it would take us. We just had a feeling that it would take us. We didn't see or know what happened to the company, but we had a plan that it could happen. I'm telling you, in the next 60 to 65 days, the company is going to double and triple again. And when our group of people learn what happens with these and come the holiday season and the first of the year and the 7 additional products that this line alone will give you, talk about weight loss. We now have this little guy in a weight loss. There's a thermal jet that helps people lose weight and get a full dose of hemp by literally spraying this in your mouth. There's a way to do this now where you don't take a pill, you don't swallow, you don't do a shot, and it'll help you lose weight. It's going to blow your mind when you guys see the technology that Q Sciences has. If you see the vision, the value of working with the people that are doing so well. Shannon, thank you for letting me on here tonight. You're absolutely amazing. I'll turn the Zoom back over to you, and I'm going to go pick up my son.
Thanks, Jake. We appreciate it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here for just a second. Okay, everybody, isn't he amazing? So like I said, get back with the person that invited you tonight. I'm sure if you don't get back to them tonight, they'll give you a call tomorrow. See if you have any questions, see what you loved best about this, and find the perfect place for you to join us in Q. And I just hope I get to meet you one day very soon. Have a great night, everybody.